Hey, I've been a nomad for years. I've traveled abroad. I've always been on the road. I've always been in motion. I've always moved here and there. To just be able to pick up and go is no great difficult for me. It wouldn't cause any major discomfort. I wouldn't be, overwhelmed or feeling, hesitant. I've never been really attached to anything. It's been years, I think finally after, 40, maybe 30 years, 35 years of my existence, I finally have become domesticated. But I was never domesticated. I was always kind of wild. I never was settled down on anything, not just about anything. Education, I wasn't settled down. I was still roaming. I was still on the move, on the go. But now that I'm kind of domesticated and settled down, you get settled into routine and seeking what's most comfortable and most beneficial when it comes to not being disturbed or being discontented. But yeah, I never was stationary growing up. For my first 30, 35 years, I was always doing something, It didn't matter. I wasn't really fixed on any location. I wasn't fixed in any occupation. I wasn't fixed in anything. I was always adaptable and pliable, and I could conform to whatever was around me. I could adapt to it. I believe I still have some of those qualities, some of those virtues, but as you get older and mature a little bit, things change. Your attitudes, your feelings, your thoughts, the way you look at things, the way you see things. You see things from a different perspective. But for me to move back to Washington State, where I'm from, would be no big deal. But not everybody's on board with it, so I wouldn't move back there unless the rest of my family that I share the roof with would agree to that. But yeah, I've always wanted to go. I kind of for the last 8 years or so, I've been having these kind of not fantasies, but a little bit of desire to move back home where I'm from, my place of birth, my origin of birth. For the last 8 years, but not everybody's on board with it, so we'd either have to rent our house out to a property management or sell it, probably, if we move back to Washington State. But who knows what the future holds, but I have to just accept it. I have to do what's right for the family. I have to do what's right for everyone involved. I can't just make sole decisions anymore like I used to. I used to be able to just make my own decisions, do my own plans, but that's not how it is anymore. When you're married and you have a family, if you want peace there and if you want unity, it has to be a joint effort. It has to be, everyone has to be cooperative. And if you don't have cooperation, it's just going to be friction and drudgery and then you get division and you get disunity and disloyalty and everything else that's undesirable and it's not the best option. So I choose unity. I choose the bond of peace from the scriptural point of view, from the Bible. Choose peace and pursue it. Love, unity. There's less riffraff. There's less problems. There's less terms of, you know, being a servant rather than just wanting to be served, you know what I mean? Serving my own interest, serving my own desires. That's what I've been doing for most of my years. Been serving my own interests, my own desires. I have to look at the big picture. What's in the best interest of the whole world, the whole country, my whole family? What's the greater scenario, the greater scheme?